Good morning, guys. Wanted to take a quick minute to introduce myself. I know that I've had some of you in class before, but certainly haven't had you all. My name's Matt Rogers, or Dr. Rogers for the sake of this class. Finished my PhD about 18 months ago from Southeastern Seminary, and so been doing the CATS program at North Greenville for about 3 years now, teaching a number of different disciplines in evangelism, missions, youth ministry, so on and so forth. So my story, just briefly, came summer between my freshman and sophomore year in college, and from that point on, within about a year, I was on the church staff doing student ministry, youth ministry, which I did for probably the next 12 years or so of my life at varying different churches, a couple in the upstate and one down in Clemson, where I served different cultures, different dynamics in the church, but working with students there. So I've got some experience under my belt in the subject matter that we're discussing. Currently, I am the pastor at the church at Cherrydale, which is at the Cherrydale intersection in Greenville, about a mile from Furman. Our church sits on the hill right behind the Olive Garden at that intersection. Been there for 7 years, started the church 7 years ago, and we moved to this facility a little over 3 years ago. So the Lord has been doing good and faithful work, and I still have a hand in the student ministry here, though my role has shifted a good bit. I'm married. We have 4 children, 10, 8, 7, and 2. So my concerns for the subject matter of this class actually are more than just as we consider it from a local church perspective, but I'm getting ready to have a teenager, which is stunning to even say and believe. But the subject matter we'll discuss here in youth ministry is of utmost significance, obviously, in raising up the next generation. We're teaching through the book of Judges at our local church right now, and in that book there's this line that a new generation came that neither knew the Lord nor the work he'd done for the people of God. You think about that reality that in the face of the great deliverance Moses brought for the Israelites, his faithfulness to get them to the promised land, battles, victory in Jericho, and then there's a new people that come, a new generation that comes that doesn't know the Lord. Well, how does that happen? Well, certainly something broke down in the transmission of the faith between the previous generation and the one that would come after. So that's the work we're doing in this class, is to ensure that we who are giving leadership in God's church in varying capacities, be it as a parent or volunteer youth worker or paid youth worker, pastor, whatever the case may be, that we would ensure that the faith is transmitted to the next generation, at least as effectively as we can control. The other reason this subject matter is of such importance is because it's the starting place for so many in vocational ministry these days. So for many of you who are considering pastoral ministry, particularly in the Southeast, this will be a place that you begin as a volunteer, part-time worker, even full-time staff member. And so since it's an on-ramp ministry position, and since it's such a critical ministry position, that combination provides a unique nexus for us to consider how God might equip us to lead this generation. So I'm really excited for our work. Thank you for your involvement up to this point in the course. You should know how to get me by now if you have questions or concerns about the class. Love to answer them. Love to be engaged in the work you're doing, even if there are certain topics that are off record for the class. You have a ministry concern or something going on in your church and you just need another ear to listen, please don't hesitate to message me, and I'll do my very best to help as I can. Blessings to you.